Hello, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. It is outstanding to have you. It is time once again for Massively Overpowered's OPTV. I am Chris, otherwise known as Wolfie. Thank you so very much for joining me. And we're doing a little bit of CMA Live today. I had done this one time before. And this month's game is Albion Online. And so I figured I might as well share a little bit of what I'm doing in the game, and what I'm doing is enjoying the heck out of the war gloves. This weapon is actually kind of incredible. I saw these in that were I recognized or remember that these were a thing in an update a little while ago, and I went to an area and saw that people were like asking for ridiculously large amounts of money for it. I mean, well, not necessarily ridiculously large, but more than I was expecting, according to like because like the auction house in the game has like a percentage of how much the cost is versus like the general average, and like in this area that I'm in, these things are like being marked up to 54% higher than they normally are on average. So I was like, no, you know what? I'll just make my own. And I did, and I've equipped them, and I love them. I'm going to try and demonstrate a little bit of why. Let me see if I can find something to beat on. And that's basically the gist of what I'm looking to do right now. I just am seeking faces to punch, basically. It's a truly noble quest that I have right now. Run around the world and find things to punch in the mouth. So for the record, I'm in an area that is safe, so players can't attack me here. And I'm actually surprised that there seems to be a larger number of safe areas as far as I can tell. I don't know. I don't remember having this many blue zones the last time I played, and I have played this game one time before for CMA. Or maybe I just happen to have, like, landed on the right continent, so to speak, for me, anyway. I don't know. But I know eventually I am going to have to get to the yellow zones and the red zones. Eventually. That's going to be a thing. It's once my material needs change in order to craft my own stuff or whatever I'm going to be doing next, I'm eventually going to be shoved into the direction of the PvP areas, which is unfortunate, but also kind of inevitable, and I feel like I've made my peace with that this time around. But we'll see. I am only in the first week of this month's adventure, and I do have enough that I want to start writing about it, but, again, did want to kind of... Oh, hello. There we go. Here's somebody I can punch. So yeah, this weapon is incredibly fun. I kind of got a little sidetracked there, but hang on, let me harvest this Wolfo's stuff. Oh, here's a better enemy. Okay, hang on a second. All right, so now that I'm paying attention, the thing I like about this weapon is it's extremely active. And like, it's just extremely active and mobile, and like I really do like that a lot. Also, just punching enemies with humongous heavy gloves just extremely entertaining to me. It's one of those fantasy weapons that just they're so goofy, but they're wonderful. Like it's very much like the Aether Strikers and Dauntless to me. You know, like just obscenely large gloves, and that's the weapon. That's basically all it is. It's just like, hey, would you like to punch things very hard? Here you go. Alright, so, before I go too much further, I need to bank some stuff, because my inventory is... I am very much full of hide and logs, so let me get back to town. Oh, pardon me, little donkey friend. And, yeah, let me get back to town and see if I can't just deposit some stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of wandering a little aimlessly right now, admittedly. But then again, that's ultimately sort of how CMA operates, right? I just sort of... I get a general sense of what to do for the week, and I do it. And if I'm left to my own devices, I tend to just sort of meander. So, you know... So honestly, the way I play sandboxes is kind of perfect for the Choose My Adventure column. And I think I have an idea of what polls I want to put together. It's going to be kind of typical of me insofar as, like, I'm going to want to focus. I'm going to want to figure out what to focus on. But then, there are some more specific choices that I think I want to pull up. And actually, I want to look at some builds, too, because if, for those who aren't familiar, this game is very much about kind of equipping things that give you skills, and then applying points to, and like just using the items in question, or using weapons, or armor types, or things of that sort, and just sort of learning more about individual items. Like, it starts off kind of pretty basic, and then, you know, it branches out further, and then we get into specialization stuff. So, like, for example, the war gloves kind of unlocked with a couple of different trees. And now that I've gotten to this point, or I'm nearing this point, after I've gotten 25,000 points, I started to unlock these specialty branches for certain types of gloves, right? So it's kind of like it's not really class-based so much as one of those sandboxes where you learn by doing things. And I feel like I have something of a pretty good build. I have I'll just try to explain what I've got. So I'm wearing heavy armor, basic boots. Actually, I should probably change these to something else. Because these are still tier 1. Well, these are still novice level, I should say. I should get journeyman stuff at least. Probably do the same for my armor now I think on it. But like, I've got heavy armor, basic boots, a leather hood, and actually, you know what, now I'm thinking about it, I should probably really focus on what type of boots to wear. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, good morning, Katriana. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much for joining me. It's wonderful to see you as always. Alright. Let's go ahead and put these in here. So that way my equipment load is less arduous. I do love this carrying capacity little bauble here. I like to tell you your current weight. I was like at 94%, so them logs is heavy. Alright. Let me see, what sort of boots should I get? You know what? Let's explore that. Oh, those are weapons. Whoops. Hang on a second. Oh, wait, no. Their armor's here, too. Ah, there we go. Okay. So I should probably build the novice's soldier armor. What do the boots get me? There they are. There are the skills. Okay. Rejuvenating sprint. And increase to max load. Oh, I kind of like that. Alright. So that's the heavy boots. What about the light boots? Let's see. Those restore energy and also max load. I feel like I use a lot of energy as a punchist. A war gloves user. A punchist. Yes, that's totally a word. What about these? I think these offer just a basic speed boost. Yeah, so... Alright. I think I want to go with the light boots. Yeah, I feel like those are what I want. So I need what? 8 bolts of simple claw. That's what I really like about this game is like the stuff that's required to make things kind of links to one another so you can sort of get an idea of what you need. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. Hey, all right. Easy done. Actually, you know what? I think I also have enough for the... I think I have enough for the Novice's soldier armor. Or should I... No, you know what? I should probably get the journeyman soldier armor, right? Yeah. Let's see. It needs 6 bronze bars. Do I have that? Do I have 6 bronze bars? Yes. Oh my goodness, do I ever have 6 bronze bars. Perfect. Alright. This is the kind of stuff that hooks me in, man. Like these kind of just layers of crafting stuff and improving your character through your own quote fingers hard work. Alright, let me go ahead and do that. And equip that. Okay, so I definitely want Mend Wounds. As much as Fury is probably nice, I definitely want Mend Wounds. And I feel like... Let's see. So there are some... I have like a couple of crowd control skills. So what happens when I use that? So that was 0.5... No? Doesn't seem like it changes the duration, so let's try toughness first. And this is, again, kind of owing to that whole, you build your class based on what you wear. So, like, certain items have, like, different kinds of, benefits and skills that you have, like passive or active abilities. And, depending upon the type of armor, and the class of armor, and things like that, it sort of, like, determines what you are capable of doing. And that's pretty neat. Okay. Alright, let me go ahead and put together these fresh new boots. There we go. Alright. And we're done. Okay. You are what you wear, huh? Yes, quite literally you are what you wear. That's like what it, like, kind of constantly espoused in the tutorial bit. Like the whole... You are literally your character is based on your equipment. Very fashion forward of them. Yes. As you can see, I am an extremely fashionable punch artist. And there is cosmetics, of course. I mean, this game did go free to play, I believe. So, you know, there are some cosmetics to get, and there's mounts and things like that, but, alright. Okay, what should I do next? Let's see. Can I break these down? I forget. I can destroy them, but I feel like there was a place where I could dismantle these things. Hang on a second here. Saddler repair station, maybe? I think maybe it was that was capable at the repair station. Also, like, look how active this place is, man. Like, just so many different people just milling about. There we go. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That, and there we go. Okay. Salvage those guys. Perfect. All right. Excellent. You're welcome. Yeah, well, yes, thank you. Okay. So what is this thing? What is this thing? I'm gonna check that out in a second. First, I'm just gonna deposit some more stuff. Kind of wish it auto-sorted itself, but it doesn't, which is kind of weird, but that's fine. Okay, what are you? What are you? Journeyman's Individual Expeditions. Ooh. 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 Oh, hey, that's cool. You know what? This whole stream is about finding faces to punch. Well, so here's a good one. Hey, there we go. Neat. Okay, off we go. Beyond this gate, you will find the heretics, vile traitors who refuse to bow to our king. Even worse, they've begun to excavate ancient relics of Albion to study them. It is your task to stop them before they discover anything too dangerous. Hurry now. We'll keep the portal open for as long as I can. Alright, fair enough. Thank you. I didn't know this was a thing. Alright, I'm gonna punch this mouse. These mice. There we go. Alright. That was easy. I didn't need to do that, but I wanted to do that. Right? That is so good. Go beat up some scholars. Nice. Yes, this is a quest literally to beat up some nerds, basically. Alright, I'm gonna... Bam! Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. The auto-attacking is a little weird. There we go. Alright, perfect. And there's like some skill shot stuff too, which is kind of nice. I actually really like that. That's my preferred. If I remember rightly, this is a trap. Hang on a second. Oh no, it's a checkpoint. It is not a trap, that is a checkpoint. I am an idiot. Alright, don't mind. That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Kia! I just enjoy... Alright, you know what? You're done. I'm done with you. There we go. Ah, yes. Okay. This is good. Alright. It doesn't last terribly long, but I love it. I basically run around in a circle and just sort of regenerate my energy. That's cool. Okay. I like it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Hi, guys! And we're done. Oh, wait. Still got a guy over here. There we go. Now we're done. Alright. So I've still got to kill... Yeah, now I've still... Portal closes in 57 minutes. Oh, no, this actually is timed. Whoa, okay. I gotta focus up. Bam. Yes, I am beating up some nerds, so to speak, but it's also because, well, they're disloyal to the king, which I guess is important to me. I totally care about the monarchy of this game, clearly. It's like, I don't care who I gotta punch, just tell me where the faces is so I can punch them. I actually kind of use my actor skills a little too much. I feel like I probably should invest a little more into improving my energy pool. But, you know, I don't know. We'll see. Hey, how you doing? There we go. Okay, and let me go ahead and go. Boom! Oh, that guy's healing. Oh no, hang on a second. Stop it. Bam. There we go. Alright. Okay, alright, so I feel like I've got a pretty good build insofar as, like, it allows me to make a few mistakes. I am allowed to be a bit stupid. Which is good, because I'm not particularly savvy when it comes to combat. But it's also extremely active and fun. Alright, let me go ahead and run around in a circle for a little bit and recharge some of my energy. There we go. Checkpoint reached. Hello? No? Okay. I guess no checkpoint for me. That's a trap. That looks very trap-like. Hi, guys. Get out of the way of the stuff. Bam. So it's got click to move, which is I'm not usually a fan of, but my time in Lost Ark has actually helped out quite a bit. Like, I feel like I have a better handle of how this whole thing works, honestly. And also, I remember, too, this game does have controller support. They actually patched that in pretty recently. So, if you really can't get over click to move, there is a workaround on that. Bam. Stop that. There we go. Alright, so I've killed all the deranged fire starters. I just need to kill one more. I need to kill one more deranged poacher and find the overseer. And I still have 54 minutes to do it, so I'm in good shape. Bam. I feel like this class, as much fun as I'm having, I don't know that I would feel the same if I was playing this on mobile. Because this game is cross-play on mobile and a bunch of other devices. And you can, like, bring your character stuff with you from version to version. But I feel like playing this class would be really challenging on mobile. I don't know, I could be wrong. But, you know, but all the, like, the aiming of the skill shots and stuff like that, it feels like it would be really tough to do on mobile. I could be wrong, though. Maybe it feels totally different on the mobile version. Hey, maybe that's a poll question I should ask, if I should play the mobile version or not. See what the difference is. Bam. Oh my gosh! Oh! I didn't know that was gonna be the kill shot. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, that made me happy. That tickled my my murder hobo button. Hi guys. Bam. There we go. That broke his shield almost immediately. Nice. Oh. There we go. And also, like, redirecting to the target you're attacking by hitting the space bar. That's taking some getting used to. But the mobility, I'm getting used to it all. Honestly, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about how this is working out. I'm enjoying combat way more than I expected I would. Probably didn't need to do that, but I wanted to. I should probably rest up. Let me go ahead and use Mend Wounds, because that heals up my energy a little faster. And more completely. I mean, I'm not injured necessarily, but 30-second cooldown for 12 seconds of healing. It's not bad. Alright. Pressing on. Hi, guys. Whoa. Yeah, the thing is you have to actually target something for the space bar attack thing to work. Oh, that's a whole... Oh, that's a lot of boys. All right. Okay, that went up. That went way better than I thought it was going to be. Wow, okay. I was certain I was going to be outnumbered, but all right. Okay, that went well. Pleasantly surprised with myself. Bam. Okay. All right. See, that time I knew it was going to be the kill shot, and I waited for it. I wanted to do it. Bam. And there we go. Job done. Oh, there's somebody over here. Hi, how you doing? Okay. Got that? Alright. There's another trap here. I feel like I'm close to the end, maybe? We'll see. Gotta watch out where I'm going, because there is a trap there. There we go. There we go. What? Oh my gosh! Oh no! Woo! All right, oh, I love this weapon so very much. I really, really do. Okay, hey guys. Bam. All right, so this is the big boss. Ha ha ha! He says, it's just this goofy villainous laugh. I love it. Oh no! Ow! Ow! Okay, we're good. Man, my energy gets drained really quickly, though. I gotta say, wow. Oh heck yeah! I love Albion. I am I'm enjoying myself. The Overseer is dead. That should put an end to these studies. Looks like you're up to the challenge after all. Here's your reward. Now let us leave this rickety mine before it collapses. Hey, Crasher, thank you so very much for that. Thank you so much for that 2 million hug damage. I love that. I truly do. Thank you so very much. Alright, yeah, that was, that went so well. I feel like I'm being set up to fail, though, like, because this is a PvP sandbox, and, like, you know, humans are different. But even so, I'm having a good time so far. The PvE stuff is a lot more fun than I expected. Glad you're having fun with the CMA after not having so much fun in TSW. This is your CMA month this month, right? Yes, it is, yes. And yeah, I hate to have reported that the Secret World and Secret World Legends was not as much fun as I had wanted it to be. But, you know what? It is what it is. And I'm happy to have experienced it all the same insofar as that it affirms that I've moved along. And I am really enjoying this game quite a bit. You're awake. Congratulations, Crasher. Alright. Am I able to do that again? Tier 3, 1 player. Apparently I am. Next daily oh, but there's a daily bonus. Okay. So I can do that a bunch of times, but there's extra gold, silver in it if I do it once a day. Alright. Got it. Speaking of, how much silver do I have right now? Not much. Oh, that's my estimated market value. Whoops. There's my silver amount. Darkness! Thank you for following. Hello, Darkness, my old friend. I'm sure you haven't heard that before. Thank you very much for that support. Welcome in, and good to see you, my friend. Thank you very, very, very much. I think this game does almost everything right as far as a living sandbox world. So many ways you can play. Yeah, and that's the thing I want to actually determine, right? Because, alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna kind of, like, take you into my thought process here. Actually, before I do that, this is the stuff that I'm wearing right now. I kind of like the, I really do like the leather hat, cloth shoes, and heavy armor. I really love the war gloves. So, whoops, wrong button. What I'm thinking of in terms of this build, and I want to actually kind of like research, some war gloves builds, just to get an idea of what the meta is looking like. Possibly to thumb my eye at it. But, alright, so I've gotten far enough in the plate armor fighter tree that it's branching out into these specialties. And I am really interested in the demon armor, which is this stuff? Yes. The, I don't know. The stuff that's required, like the items required to build it are like what? We got demonic plates, which come from an Adept's soul, which comes from an Adept's rune, which comes from an arcane essence, which comes from a fate essence. Like that's some layers, right? I'm pretty sure I'm never going to reach this in the month of CMA, to be completely honest, but then again, I also am not against long-form projects. Like, I play Elite Dangerous, dude. I am not against a long grind. But I'm mostly interested in this one because of this Protection of the Fiends thing. And also, like, so that's like the armor I'm kind of curious about. Maybe I'll try some of the others, or try to think about going for the others. Let's see. You don't have to have all the stuff to craft. That's what you can break those pieces down. Oh! Oh! Oh, I was misreading the tooltips then. Okay, so what I actually need to craft it is 16 steel bars and 1 set of Adept's demonic plates. The basic unit of that piece will just drop more often than not. Oh! Okay, I did not know that. And there are 2 recipes, so crystallized dread or demonic plates. Huh. Okay. All right. All right. I was totally not reading the tooltips right. Thank you very much for that, Average. I appreciate that. Okay. So there's that. Haven't really decided on what fists I want to use yet. Let's see. What sort of skills come with these guys? Let's see. Oh, these unlock in different tiers too. Cross step. You can also buy literally any item you need for the market, so make money the way you want and just buy the parts. Yes, that's also true too. But there's also something enjoyable about making them myself. I don't know. That's not bad. That's not bad advice though, regardless. Well, these Fists of Avalon are interesting. They have some backhand strike and a counter. Oh, enter a counter stance, increasing your defense when channeling. Reflects 100% of the damage you take as magical damage. Upon taking damage, you instantly leap to the enemy, dealing 340. Oh, that's cool. Ooh. Ooh. Purifying combination. First attack is a roundhouse kick, second attack is a dive kick, the third attack is a purifying fist. Oh my gosh. Okay, I kind of want these. What is required to build these things? Damaged Avalonian garments. Gauntlet. Oh dear. Just said if you want to get into crafting but not gathering, you can gather the parts you want and buy the parts that are paying for you. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Especially if there are items that are sitting in red zones. That's very, very, very good advice. Thank you for that. All right. So I got leather shoes fighter, but did I get... Wait. Leather jacket. This is the leather stuff, so I assume then that the cloth stuff is here? There it is. Okay, I should learn that. Let me go ahead and unlock that first. Bam. Okay. And this is where the... No, I would not like to join your guild. Thank you for the random invite, though. I truly appreciate it. Yeah, it's the cloth sandals. Okay. So now that I'm on that way to that... Purity and... Fiend sandals. And... Oh... Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little too lost in the sauce here. I apologize for all the menuing. I just am trying to, sort out what to do next. Are there any outposts up? Forest camp. So there's that mob camp. I think these are... Is that a backline region? Wait, what? Okay. Alright. Well, you know what? I'm here now. I might as well see if I can't find that forest camp that's in this area. I assume it's these guys here? So, yeah, let's go. I would really love this game to have more PvE stuff, of course, unsurprisingly. But then again, this also wasn't necessarily built as a PvE sandbox from the off. They are adding some PvE things... And I think they had some PvE stuff at the interim, but it's mostly about guild v guild, realm v realm, which, I don't know, if I get into it, maybe I'll sort of dip my toes into that a little more. Or I'll just focus up on crafting, which is actually my next poll question, or my first poll question is if I should focus on combat stuff, or I should focus on crafting things. Both have their enjoyment. Like I like aspects of both of them. One, because I get to craft things, and two, because I get to use these war gloves so very much. Bam. It's so good! When you go to a major city, there are expeditions you can queue for. That's PV. Yep, I just went through one. Or no, is that a major city? Well, anyway, yes, I did just do one of those, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. And there is also, you know, the potential for random dungeons that appear, but then I also understand that some of them, or some certain types of them, allow for PvP, so, you know. I'm mostly a PvE player, so I kind of figure I probably will be mostly focusing on the crafting stuff, but we'll see. Actually, Bree plays this game a fair bit. And she has got like a farm and stuff like that. Like she's got a lot of she always goes into the industry / mercantile side of things. If her experience in Star Wars Galaxies is any indication, she very much likes the econ PvP. So I don't know. I'm curious to dig in some more. Like I'm having a lot more fun than I did the first time. And I feel like a bit of prior experience as well as a deeper enjoyment and appreciation of sandbox MMOs in general has sort of helped me out here. Like I don't know. All right, let me continue to punch these faces. Bam. Whoops. That was the wrong button. It's still throwing me off visually. Alright, so this is like, this howl key in sequence is like 1, 2, 3, 4, but no, that's 5. So the 5 is the 4. And like, it's visually throwing me off. So like, I hit my 5 key thinking that's the... But yeah, anyway. Avalonian raids, expeditions, group maps, static dungeons, world bosses, solo dungeons, Ava roads. There's a lot of PvE content if you ask me. Yes, that is, and not all things that I was completely cognizant was possible. Very cool. That makes me very, very happy indeed. Thank you very much for that information, Darkness. I had to drag it out because you have 3 S's in your name. So yes, I completely agree. That is a lot of PvE content. That's very good to know. Kaysen Ravenheart, thank you. That's an incredible name. I might steal that name for my D&D campaign. Hello, Kaysen. Thank you very much for that support and that follow. Wonderful to have you. I didn't need to... I was punching at nothing, but it's okay. I just had to be sure. Thank you so much for that support, my friend. Welcome in. Good to have you. All right. Am I going the right... Well, no. Oh, wait. I gotta... I'm sort of leaving. I probably should... There we go. I got started as a kid on RuneScape, what is now referred to as Classic, not OSRS. Ah! When I found this game as an old, it felt very much like that. Oh, love to hear that. That's wonderful. I love when you find a nice home game, right? That's the best feeling. Especially one that harkens back or otherwise kind of is close enough of an analog to a favored old classic. That is the best. That is just the best. Love to hear that. I admittedly missed the sandbox boat. My very first MMORPG was EverQuest Online Adventures on the PS2. Played that for a little bit. I experienced the original EverQuest on PC when I was with a girlfriend for like maybe a couple of hours. Most of the time I was just in the Iskar starting city, getting hit by a Spirit of the Wolf like by everybody every 2 seconds and getting beaten up by skeletons. So, not a great experience initially. But then I did EQOA and then Final Fantasy XI. That was my main game for a long time. And then City of Heroes happened. And I mean, the theme park MMORPG has been kind of like my primary go-to. So I missed out on a lot of what the original EverQuest was like. EQOA was kind of sandboxy, but it also was a little more guided. 11, not really sandbox, but you know, you had to sort of figure out your way up the chain. Delwar101, thank you so very much for that follow. I truly appreciate that. Welcome in. Thanks so much for stopping by. Do you know anything about the Black Zone or Outlands? I am familiar with them insofar as, like, I've written news stories about them. So, I understand it's like the larger PvP area, like where a lot of the Guild v Guild stuff happens. I think somebody is in here beating up enemies. Well, I got some more faces to punch here, so it's fine. There we go. But yes, I'm familiar with them in a fashion. It's so good. I love that skill. Just bah! Oh my goodness. And they also created like the Avalonian roads, which are like in between areas or something like that. I'm not really familiar with how exactly those work, but that was a semi-recent addition too. So yes, that feels like, it's not to suggest that all the PvP is in the Outlands, but I get the impression that most of it is, especially when they have like their Guild v Guild seasons that they keep on running, and they make a huge, like a Sandbox Interactive makes a big deal of when they're doing their Guild v Guild and the Crystal League stuff and things like that. Like, yeah, I think, yeah, I am here for no reason, actually, now that I think about it, because somebody's already cleared this place out. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. So yes, that's but again, Darkness, thank you very much for that information. That is very, very good to know. I am very pleased that there's that much PvE stuff. There's a lot more than I expected, and more than I remember there being when I first played this game for CMA. Oh, hello. Okay. I don't think this has been cleared? No, it hasn't. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong place. I'm an idiot. Okay, this is where I'm at. So... I feel like there's some objective I need to do in order to clear the camp out, but in any event, I'm beating people up, and that's what matters, right? That's really what... Isn't that what's most important in life? Punching people's faces for money. In video games. Preach! I punched the ground so hard it explodes. It's where all the best resources reside. Ah, yep. All the best dungeons for fame. They are lawless, full loot PvP zones owned by guilds. Ava Roads are a labyrinth with interconnected portals to the Outlands and the Royal Continent. You'll find more dungeons and world bosses in the Ava Roads as well. Ah, alright. So yeah, it's still doing that whole risk-reward thing, right? That's fair. Unfortunate, but understandable. I'm not too super surprised by that. Okay, is there something I'm meant to do in this area? I'm gonna kind of orbit around here a little bit, see if I can't figure out if there's some objective I need to clear in order to clear this post. Or maybe it just doesn't clear and I just beat up enemies forever, which is fine too. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this as my life. There we go. I don't really need to use my super skills or any skills whatsoever on the rats. Like, seriously. They're just rats. It's fine. This guy is hurting, I think. That's okay. I have some enemies to punch over here. So it's good. Bam. There we go. So good. I don't know. Maybe I will get to a point where I feel confident enough to go to the Black Zones or the Outlands or even the Ava Roads. Like, I'm definitely not there now. That's for sure. Doing that at this juncture would just be a recipe for disaster and frustration. And, last month I had plenty of frustration. Thanks, I'm good. I don't want any more. But then again, if the polls say that I should go venture outside of the blue and yellow zones, then so be it. I mean, the polls are what the polls are. Your next step is really deciding what city you're going to live in. Your skill in the starter areas. You're still in the starter area. Don't worry about the Outlands yet. The Royals have everything you need. Ah, good to know. Right. This is very handy advice. Thank you very much for all this, by the way. I appreciate it. Oh, there's a lot of... Okay, we're good. It's fine. There we go. Alright. And once again, kind of proving the point that, like, I feel like the stuff that I'm wearing is the right choice for me. Like, I've got... I'm not sure if I'm thumbing my eye at the meta. If my personal history is anything to go by, I probably am. I'm probably doing this, quote fingers, wrong. But I'm having fun, so that's really the ultimate point. Like that you're swinging so wide you hit the people behind you. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Whoops. That's not an enemy, that's a friend. I tried to kick a friend. I'm sorry. Bam. Oh my gosh, wow. Okay. I think this guy's going full mage. Can I examine? Yes, I can. Oh, hang on a second. I should probably... Ah, yeah. So, oh no, they have soldier armor and boots and a mercenary's hood, but also like a big heckin' fire staff. Interesting. Okay. Look at this, a little bit of random grouping. I should probably screen cap that. There we go. Different builds for different types of content. Just enjoy yourself. That's perfectly good advice to me. And judging by my villainous laughter, I'm enjoying myself right now. Oh, hello. Hi, guys. Oh, I got a Tome of Insight, apparently. Daily bonus completed, yay! Huzzah, I did the thing. Did I get this already? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Probably not. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, got a little distracted by the big shiny UI element. Yay! I love it. I truly enjoy this very, very greatly. Oh, did this guy... Yeah, okay. Somebody dropped their silver and didn't bother to pick it up. Alright, that's cool. I'm okay with picking up somebody's leftovers. Fine with me. Oh, that was a horrible noise. What the hell? This donkey made a god-awful sound. Did you hear that? Ugh. That was upsetting. Alright. Let's go this way. Always a brilliant decision to make when you're in a sandbox. Aim your face in a cardinal direction and be like, what's this way? Ooh, what's over here? First, might as well pick up some copper. I'm here. It's here. I might as well. There we go. Okay, back on the donkey. Oh, wait. Gotta get these cotton bolls, too. This is what happens to me in Lost Ark, too. I'm in the middle of a mission, or like I'm doing a quest or whatever, and I see like a gathering node just like literally 2 steps away from me, and I immediately like just change direction and scream my way towards it. I thought I heard something in this way. No, wait, is that tin? Ooh. Oh, it's depleted. Dang. As you should. Yes. Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the point. Oh, that was that guy attacking stuff. Alright. Okay. Thought maybe I was like a dungeon or something, a portal or something opened up, but it's not. It's just somebody doing some gathering. That's fine. Ooh. I don't have an awful lot of cotton, so that's why I'm gathering that. It's actually kind of funny that cotton is so heavy. Like, it increases my encumbrance by 1% with each gathering. Like these are some fluffy cotton balls. I also like that you can get back on your mount if you stay within that radius. That's a nice touch. That's a very cool feature. I appreciate that greatly. As opposed to just being forced to summon the mount every single time you want to do something entirely different. Nope, can't go this way. Let's go here, yeah. Let's go over this bridge and see what's up. Is that more cotton? Yes, it is. Oh, I need a Novice Sickle or Betel. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. What is this then? What is this? That's flax. Oh! Oh, and I only still have the beginner sickle. Ooh, okay. Right. Give me a minute. Hello, I started playing Albion in early 2020. I learned everything on my own, and it was a lot of fun. That's wonderful, Delwar. That's great to hear. It's very satisfying to learn this stuff on your own. But also, there's definitely no shame in seeking community help or guides, for sure. Especially for a sandbox. Like, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with doing either or a combination of the two. I'll probably do a combination of the two, but right now, I'm just sort of like pushing my envelope and sort of exploring, figuring out what I'm capable of learning myself. But then, Darkness has been very helpful in providing some extremely good tips and information. So, you know, can't balk at that. Okay, I am going to upgrade, because I forgot I've only upgraded my, my pickaxe and my logging axe? Yeah, I only upgraded that. Yeah, I upgraded those to Novice. And my skinning axe as well, and my skinning knife. But I still have the beginner's stone hammer and the beginner's sickle, so I should probably replace those. That just would be smart. And I'm reasonably sure I have enough materials to do that. We will find out here shortly. But let me go ahead and get off this mount here. Let's see. I'll bring this on over. Bring that, because I'm probably gonna... Wait, is that the... regular leather? Well, let me find out what I actually need. First things first, I should probably... I'm going to break down these materials. I've got a bunch of chestnut logs. Don't know if I have enough perch planks, though. Alright, let's find out. Okay, let me refine the cotton that I've got, because I have many, many cotton bolls. I am 90% encumbered with cotton. Whoop, wrong place. Want to go over here. There's the loom. There it is. Hello. 150. Yeah, that's a lot. Outstanding. Alright. And the wood maker is over here. Okay. I definitely have... Oh, no, I don't have... Oh! Oh, I need birch planks to refine the... Huh. Got it. Alright, well that makes sense. That's kind of been the way that the other materials have worked. Like, you have to combine a raw material with a refined good of the previous tier. So I don't know that I've got a lot of... Well, I can make at least 7 chestnut planks. But then again, let me, Alright, let me put the stuff back in to storage, so that way I can... And this guy too. So that way I can figure out what materials I need to make the next set of tools. And the tool maker is down... Here? There they are. They're close to the... They're right next to the... Okay. So that's the... Alright, Novice Sickle requires 2 copper bars and 6 birch planks. So that's going to be necessary. I'm going to need some more birch, basically. Alright. I think I have enough birch planks to make the... Yes, I have enough birch planks to make the... And the copper bars. Maybe? Let's find out. Yes. Pretty sure I can make at least the Novice's Sickle. Anyone765, thank you so very much for that support and that follow. Welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in and stopping by. It's truly appreciated. Yes, I have exactly enough. And AMR Muniz, or Amr Muniz? I apologize if I'm screwing up your name, but thank you very, very much for that support and that follow too. Wonderful to have you. Hello. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. I'll get rid of the beginner's sickle. I said I'll get rid of the beginner's sickle. There we go. Okay. So all that's missing is the stone hammer. And that requires birch. More birch planks. So, right. I'll call that a later project. Something for later me to do. Current me does not require that. Future me, or at least not yet. I'm wondering what stone is really good for. I gotta assume building. And I'm definitely not at a point where I could, like, build housing or anything like that. Definitely not at that juncture right now. So, yeah. But I may as well just get some birch while I'm out here. I may as well, right? And I know that there's some birch out here in the larchwood. Like right here, for example. Yeah, so unsurprisingly, the very entrance to that city or that area that I'm at was pretty well depleted of resources. Not a surprise. Wait, are there any... Hang on a second. There are some potential faces to punch down here, so here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and grab up some... That's not what I wanted. I'll go ahead and grab up some birch as I go in this general direction right down here. Yes. That seems like a smart idea. Let's do it. What will survive first, my HP bar or my encumbrance? We're about to find out. I should probably use my mount, actually. Okay. Time to ride that donkey. Whee! Noom, noom. Noom. Give me that. It's mine. The race for resources. Yeah, so resources regenerate pretty quickly, but they're also not instanced, so there's a little bit of competition there. Again, not a surprise. Oh, hello. Hi, guys. I would like to dismount, please. Bam. Okay. All right. Yowza. What is this? Why is this stuff on fire? What? All right. Well, that's okay. This is fine. Did not mean to reference the meme there, but hey, it is what it is. But yes, I'm very much enjoying myself this time around. I am truly having a good time with this game. It feels like one of the more approachable sandbox MMOs out there. At least in comparison to some of the others that I've experienced. Hello! Slat, sorry. I apologize. Just give me a moment to sort of read your name. Hello, Slat. Thank you very much for stopping in. Good to see you, friend. Hi there. What is that noise? Y'all hear that? Or is that a... I think that was somebody casting a spell. Okay. Yes. Oh! Ouch! Okay. That was cool. What's over here? Ooh. Alright. Let's see if this place has been wiped out. Considering there's a bunch of other people already here, I kind of feel like this has already been emptied. No? Not yet, anyway. Or the enemies have respawned. In any event. Oh, hello. Are you okay, miss? Yeah, alright, she's fine. She's just running around naked. It's fine. That's her decision. I ain't gonna stop her. Oh. Bam, and bam. There we go. It kind of sucks that all of these outposts slash enemy hideouts have the same sort of layout. But that's okay. You know what? It's fine. I guess I can't really expect a whole lot of variance in the maps, you know. Probably didn't need to use that skill. I probably could have just auto-attacked them to death, but, you know, style over smarts, right? That's totally a perfectly fine... There we go. Alright. See, that made sense to use that skill. There. Hi there. Bam. I'll go ahead and heal up my energy. Oh boy, I am liking the war gloves way more than I expected to. Like the sword that you start off with is fine. Like, you know, sword skills are good and well, and it's a perfectly acceptable regular weapon, let alone starter weapon. But like these things, man, these things are too good. These are too much fun. I enjoyed the war gloves way more than I expected I would. What is this? Oh, that's a teleport. Okay. No, I don't want to teleport back. Hey, how you guys doing? Oh, I'm far too amused by that. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Alright, so as you can tell, I'm just sort of like mindlessly milling about, which means it's about time that I need to ask the polls what the heck I'm supposed to do next. I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on things so far. I also think I should probably venture to Is this a main city? I feel like this is, yeah, I probably should venture to somewhere bigger. Hello, Delwar. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much for stopping in. Yes, but ultimately I feel like I'm really at a point where I have to open up polls and determine my next steps for the column. So, that's what I'm doing, but first I want to ride on back to the safety of the starting city area place that I'm at. And, yeah, they call that it. Fort Sterling is the main city. Ah, perfect. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. I kind of figured it was, what with the whole giant glowing spire of, like, this is important. I mean, that was my first clue. Even my silly self could figure that out. But yes, definitely at a point now where I should probably call that a stop. Also need to call that a stream because my second job looms overhead. But thank you very much to everybody for joining me. Sorry this is a short stream. Sundays always are, unfortunately, because I work 2 jobs and I have other things I need to do. But we hope you will tune in for the rest of this week. We have double streams for the next 3 days for you. So while this one is a shorty, we've got a whole lot of stuff coming for the rest of this week. Buddha work, yes, absolutely. But Monday, April 11th at 3 o'clock Eastern, MJ will be doing some Warframe, followed shortly after at 8 p.m. Eastern with some Elder Scrolls Online. Tuesday, April 12th at 3 p.m. Eastern, MJ is going to be doing World of Tanks. That's not a game she normally does. I feel like she's doing a Try It Tuesday sort of stuff now. So definitely tune in for that. I'm reasonably sure she's never played that game before. And then followed by Guild Wars 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's definitely a game she's played before. And then on Wednesday, the 13th of April, she and I will be jumping into a new co-op game, a 2-player game called Super Bugs Awaken. This one looks really, really interesting. We're going to see how this goes. Definitely tune in for some cooperative, possibly just psychotic or chaotic hijinks for that. Definitely be sure to tune in for that at 2 o'clock, and then followed that same day at 8 p.m. Eastern, Larry and MJ will be live with Star Wars The Old Republic. Until then, thank you so incredibly much for tuning in today, and for all of the support you provide us here at Massively Overpowered, whether you are simply watching the streams live or on demand, whether you're reading what we have to write on massivelyop.com, or if you're one of the incredibly generous folks who do things like donate to the channel, or subscribe to the channel, whitelist the ads on the site, or if you're one of our amazing Patreon supporters, no matter what you do, top to bottom, you are the fuel that keeps Massively OP running. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for double streams. Until then, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye!